On May the 5th, Chinese President Xi Jinping left Beijing for a trip to Europe. The first stop is France. This is Xi's third state visit to France upon invitation, and it coincides with the 60th anniversary of China-France diplomatic relations. From the Paris Orly Airport, the Hotel National des Invalides, to Élysée Palace and beyond, Xi's visit was marked by warm and enthusiastic welcoming activities from the French side. It is worth noting that Xi and his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron exchanged Olympic torches, and Xi called for a global truce during the Olympic Games in Paris this summer. This visit is Xi's first trip to Europe in nearly 5 years. On May the 6th, Xi attended a China-France-EU trilateral meeting with Macron and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. She said China and the European Union should continue to see each other as partners, and there's no such thing as China's overcapacity problem, whether viewed from the perspective of comparative advantage or global market demand. And he hopes that the EU institutions develop the right perception of China and adopt a positive China policy. Xi and Macron also held talks at Élysée Palace. During the talk, Xi pointed out that the two sides should stay committed to independence, mutual understanding, long-term vision, and mutual benefit, and enrich it with new features of the new era. Deepen cooperation in traditional areas such as aerospace and aviation, strengthen cooperation in nuclear energy, innovation and finance, and expand cooperation in emerging areas such as green energy, smart manufacturing, biomedicine, and artificial intelligence. He also announced that China will extend the visa-free policy for short-term visit to China by 12 countries, including France, until the end of 2025. Both sides also exchanged in-depth views on international and regional issues of common concern, including the Ukraine crisis and the Palestine-Israel conflict. In addition, the two heads of state jointly met the press after the talk and attended the closing ceremony of the 6th meeting of China-France Business Council. On May the 7th, at the picturesque snow-covered mountains in Hauts-de-Pyrénées department in southwestern France, also the place Macron spent childhood holidays, Xi Jinping and his wife Peng Liyuan received a hearty welcome from Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte Macron. During the talks, Xi expressed his readiness to have frequent interactions with President Macron and to work with him for sound and steady growth for China-France and China-EU relations, and to bring more stability and positive energy to this changing and turbulent world. Saying he and his wife had a wonderful and unforgettable time, Xi invited Macron for another visit to China at a convenient time. Upon his arrival to France, Xi said in a written speech that the China-France relations have stayed abreast of China's relations with Western countries, setting a prime example for countries with different social systems to coexist in peace and pursue win-win cooperation. The history of China-France friendship spans centuries, which can be illustrated with many firsts. As early as a century ago, France was the first country to welcome government-sponsored students from China. In 1964, among major Western nations, France was the first to formalize diplomatic relations with China. France was also the first major Western country to form a comprehensive strategic partnership with China, and the first Western country to cooperate with China on civilian nuclear energy projects. The two countries were among the first to mutually open cultural centers and start cultural year activities. On the occasion of the 60th anniversary of China-France relations, Xi's trip carries on the past and opens up a new era of China-France cooperation. Follow Xi to China and to the world.